Hey folks, out for another walk today. Slightly warmer today. It's about 93-ish, 92, 93, something like that here in the hilly part of West Tennessee. I'm actually pretty close to the river where it turns into Middle Tennessee, but up in the northeastern part of West Tennessee. Yeah, I guess that's the way to put it. A little less out of breath today. That's good. That means I'm getting in slightly better shape again. I was pretty out of breath yesterday. That's what happens when you haven't been walking in a few months on a regular basis, other than walking around the house and stuff like that, stores and whatever. Today, yesterday I was talking about gratitude. I'm still feeling a lot of that today. I also want to talk about relief. Because when you've watched someone that you love, again, whether it's a relative, a friend, a spouse, a sibling, whatever they are, parent, child, you've watched them suffer for a while with a disease like cancer, or it could be something else that's made them suffer. It could be a mental health issue. It doesn't even have to be physical, but it could be any number of physical issues that are making them suffer. When you've watched them suffer for years, in my case, it was watching Paula suffer for 8 years. That's hard. And I say suffer for 8 years. She had a couple of years there where she had the cancer in remission, but it didn't last long. She suffered for years with that. She suffered some after her mom died in 2019. She suffered from that as well, on top of the cancer, because her and her mom were best friends. And that was a huge loss for her. She really struggled with that. And luckily, she didn't let it overcome her. She had all her family and friends, and me and Sarah to help get her through it. But I'm not sure she ever fully got over that. Which, how do you if you lose your parent, but also if your parent is also your best friend? That's hard, And they were a lot alike, mentally and their sense of humor and everything else. So that was tough. But like I said, back to relief. When you watch someone suffer for years and years, it's a relief almost when they don't have to suffer anymore. I mean, not almost. It is a relief when they don't suffer anymore. It would have been better. It would have been better if she could have gotten rid of the cancer, obviously, but it just wasn't in the cards for her and for the breast cancer she had. And it was very aggressive. Always was, even from the very beginning. So it's a relief that she's not suffering. It's a relief to me that she's not suffering anymore. It's also a relief in a slightly selfish way. Gotta turn around here. It's also a relief in a slightly selfish way because I don't have to take care of her anymore. Taking care of someone who's suffering for years like that. And yeah, there were times I had to take more care of her. Obviously, the past year or so, I had to take a lot of care of her. And I was doing that along with my online business that I was running. And between the two, that pretty much took up all my time. And I'm not complaining. I wouldn't change it. If I had to do it all again to be with her, I would. I would do it all in a heartbeat because she was great and I loved her and she loved me. And I know she would have done the exact same thing for me. So, but it's still a relief to have spent years essentially caring for her in one way or the other. And especially the last year or so, really intensively caring for her. In that last few weeks before she died, really the last couple months before she died, I was essentially having to wait on her almost hand and foot for most of that last 2 months. So it's exhausting. It's physically exhausting. It's emotionally exhausting because you love this person. You don't want to see them suffering, but there's nothing you can do really other than just help them in any way you can. Which wasn't a lot, take her into doctor's appointments, and we had family helping with that, thankfully. That really helped. And I'm so appreciative, I can't even talk, so appreciative to both our families for helping us with that. But But yeah, it's a great relief in both of those senses. And I don't feel guilty about that, because I did everything I could for her. But sometimes life, the universe, whatever you want to call it, throws you curveballs, and there's nothing you can do, really. You can't hit those curveballs. You can't get that home run you want, or sometimes you can't even get a base hit or a bunt or whatever, to use a baseball analogy. So, and that really sucks. But you do what you gotta do. So anyways, relief. That's what I'm talking about. So if you're going through something like this with someone that you care about, and you're watching this, you have in the past, or you are going through it. Oh, up the big hill. Yeah, now I'm getting a little out of breath. But if you're going through that, or have gone through it, or go through it in the future, understand you're not alone. Once you get through, if you can find some gratitude for the time you spent with them, you also may, if you've had to watch them suffer, you also may experience some relief. And don't feel bad about that. Feel what you feel. Your feelings are valid. And someone out there cares. I can guarantee you that. No matter how alone you may feel, there's someone somewhere that cares. I mean, I care enough to make this video, so there you go. All right, take care. Enjoy your day. It's been a week exactly since Paula left us, so think of her fondly. Smile for her. She loved smiles. She was always giving them out. Always loved getting smiles. So give a big smile for her today. Thanks. Love all you guys.